Just when you thought things were getting better between Yandy and her husband Mendeecees, it ain't. And the way things are going now, Mendeecees is on the verge of divorce. Okay, he has already emotionally, mentally checked out. And physically also, because if you guys remember last season, Mendeecees packed his stuff and he left the home. And he decided to live in the Airbnb that was initially for his oldest son. So he had already checked out this marriage. And even on the most recent episode of Love and Hip Hop, I can tell by the body language, the lack of eye contact he was giving his wife, that he didn't want to be there anymore because he feels disrespected. Now, I can't take sides in this situation because I see things from both of their point of views and perspective. So with Mendeecees, he feels like, he's being disrespected in his marriage. He feels like he's not seen, he's not heard, because Yandy is out here making decisions without him. And these are not just small decisions. These are big decisions that could have an impact on their family as a whole. For instance, she decided to donate her egg to her cousin and then took it a step further and decided to finance the procedure. Didn't mention anything to Mendeecees until she decided to promise her cousin that she'll donate an egg and that she'll pay for it. And Mendeecees was like, he wasn't feeling it. He wasn't on board. But Yandy did what she wanted to do. And she went ahead and did what she said she would do. And this understandably caused some tension between them, leading, Mendeecees to take off his wedding ring. Now, you know what they say? When a man takes off his wedding ring, he's taking off his drawers at somebody's house, Yandy. I'm telling you. That's how it is. But in the back of my mind, from Yandy's perspective, I can't help but to think about the 10 years Yandy held Mendeecees down while he was incarcerated. She could have left, but she didn't. She stood by him because she loved him. Okay. Despite him being incarcerated for almost a decade, not to mention prior to that, she dealt with years and years and years of baby mama drama. When he was locked up, she never missed a weekend. She was always there. She made sure the kids seen him. She did not have to do that, but she did it because she loved him. But, excuse me. On the other hand, Mendeecees feels sidelined by Yandy's decisions. He feels like he's wearing the dress and Yandy's wearing the pants. But I feel like Mendeecees should recognize that Yandy's loyalty and dedication to him during his time in prison must be acknowledged. It shouldn't be overlooked. However, Mendeecees expect the bare minimum from his wife, being respect. All he asks from Yandy is to consult him before making big decisions, and she can't even do that. The bare minimum, and it is so hard for her to do that. But I understand, him not being on board with, Yandy donating her egg or, them having to pay for it. But what I didn't understand is that when he found out that Yandy was running for city council, he wasn't too happy with that. Now, some people said that, he is jealous of her success. And because I remember her telling him, but he wasn't too happy to hear that. And I didn't understand why he wouldn't support her, with that decision. I didn't understand. Yandy has dealt with a lot in the earlier years when she was with Mendeecees, including his time in prison. And I think that their history and her commitment to him should not be taken lightly. A couple months ago, she did an interview and she talked about what it was like to hold Mendeecees down while he was in prison. Mind you, she was pregnant around that time and also having already had two children. So I'm going to let y'all hear a little bit of what she had to say.
With Mendeecees, did you ever once, because y'all weren't married, was there ever a question of you holding him down while he was gone?
Yes, every day.
Every day. I didn't expect you to say that.
You wanted me to lie?
No, I didn't expect that to be your truth.
Every day it was hard. It was hard going on those visits. It was hard going on those 5-hour drives after my club hostings or booking from here to there, speaking engagements, and driving because I wanted to make sure my baby saw him often, like on the weekends often. Valentine's days were super hard. My birthdays were hard. Christmases were hard. Halloween,
How long was he gone in
trick-or-treating
total?
was hard. Collectively, like 5 years.
Oof. Yandy.
Yeah.
Hard.
And
And you out here in the free world having all of the opportunities. I saw his interview, Club Shay Shay.
Oh, yes, Uncle Shay
And
Shay.
he's like, yo, she out here living her best life, and I'm sitting up here locked up. My freedom is gone.
And do believe he said that.
At the time, in the moment. He's like, yo, what are you doing?
Word? Oh, word? You want to Dubai with your friends? Oh, for real? All right, cool. What's the problem, sir? What's
so were
wrong?
y'all butting heads, or you were? So he was serious about this.
Yes.
Were you like,
the
but bro,
time.
you want me to sit down like I did something? How were y'all navigating that space? And then you not going out here and wilding out. Like you really staying committed to this process.
Every week, I would say, I'm not going to say every day. Every week there was a conversation. What would you like me to have been doing? What would you like me to have been doing? Do you want me to be miserable? What do you want? No, I want you to be happy, but I'm just saying, do you want me not to post it? Would that make you happy? Would you prefer me to cry? Would you prefer me to be on Instagram crying? Or should I show me being happy and living life the best I can? What do you want me to do for your children? What should they do? Should they see me crying? Should they see me upset? Should they see me sad? And he would get it, especially once I made it to that visit. It's all good once I'm on the visit. It's great, right? The visits were great. But when he had to see me living life or see me trying to cope with him being gone or cope with being a single mom, it was hard. It was hard.
The kids. I always think about the kids. You toting the baby. I can imagine.
2 car seats.
Girl, I got 2 car seats right now. Don't nobody know the struggle of 2 car seats.
Imagine 2 car seats and grocery shopping.
I know. It is my, well, no,
I'm not going to say this now because my kids are good and healthy, but I literally would have to run upstairs with the 2 car seats, leave the babies in the house by themselves.
Yeah, and go back down and get the groceries.
Get the groceries, run back up.
Yes. Those are the things. When you become a mom, you're like, how do you do these things? How do you live your life now?
No, y'all wasn't gonna see that on Instagram, so y'all can talk about that too.
That part.
But it's real because some of y'all had to do it too. But y'all would have sat and judged me like, how could she do that? That 2-year-old could get out that car seat, got that 2-year-old locked up. He could take the new baby out, throw the baby out.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do and pray. You gotta have faith. You gotta pray that God got your back. God protects babies and fools, and I done been both. Still am today. I be like, damn, I know I'm not a baby, so I must be a damn But
fool.
I am a baby to somebody.
Right.
Somebody out there, honey.
God's
I'm a baby to them
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you. The main people were like, why? They didn't
Why
get
would
it.
you hold him down? Or why?
Why would you put yourself, why would you sign up for this? Why would you continue? Why are you putting yourself through this? Why are you driving up there? Why are you dealing with those phone calls? Why? Why are you doing this? And my only answer was, I love him. It's the right thing to do. I didn't have like, the Bible said, that wasn't my thing. I loved him, and I knew it was the right thing to do.
Did love have a limit? If they would have said 15 and not 5, what was your limit?
When I thought it was 1, it was too much. When I thought it was 5, I thought it was too much. When I thought it was 3, they gave him 8. And he did 5 of the 8. All of that was too much. It was too much. I ain't gonna sit here and say it wasn't too much. I look back and I think it was, I also, just like college for me, like, once I commit to something and I say I'm going to do it, I felt like I wanted to do it. And then I also felt like this is a drop in the bucket. Like, I committed a life to this man. This is a drop in the bucket of the life we have together. God willing, we live to our old age. This is a drop in the bucket. And I would have to tell myself all the time, this moment in time will not be my forever.
So you guys heard what Yandy had to say, how tough it was for her to stand by her man during his incarceration. But what's interesting is that on Couples Retreat, Mendeecees admitted that he doesn't know if he would have been able to hold Yandy down like she held him down. And I thought that was very interesting. So clearly this woman loves this man through anything. She's going to love him. But it's funny how he's ready to just give up on his marriage like that. But anywho, moving on, Yandy had all the smoke for Jasmine, and girl, I get it. I don't like side chicks either. Nothing Yandy said to Jasmine was wrong. I mean, she said what needed to be said. Yandy could have stayed out of it. I mean, being as though she does have her own drama to deal with, but they brought it to her. Yandy didn't ask her for anything. Carly and Jasmine volunteered the information. And Yandy, what I respect about Yandy the most is that she shut it down. She said she didn't want to hear it, and she walked away. So Jasmine is saying that, Jasmine is telling everybody that Kirk is trying to smash, except the person who needs to hear it, which is Rasheeda. But her reasoning as to why she didn't tell Rasheeda is because Rasheeda didn't reach out to her. Why should she reach out to you? The only communication you should have really should be with Kirk pertaining to your son. So people don't understand why Yandy did what she did or said what she said. Well, I don't think she did anything wrong. What did she say that was wrong? Only thing she told Jasmine is that if you're trying to spill some tea, I'm not the person you should be spilling it to, and this is not the environment. What was wrong with that? I mean, she said what needed to be said, but her delivery was a little wrong. If anything, her delivery could have been better. But I don't understand how Jasmine keeps saying that Kirk gets a pass. With who? Only person that's giving Kirk a pass is Rasheeda. And the issue that happened with Yandy and Jasmine had nothing to do with Kirk's affair. It had everything to do with Jasmine's messiness. Why are you here trying to spill tea to everyone else other than the person who should be hearing it the most? It was her messiness that got Yandy riled up. And honestly, I blame Rasheeda for this mess because you're the one, this was your idea to bring her to the show. And truth be told, you're using her as a storyline. Jasmine said that, she's the only time she's heard from Rasheeda at all for the first time was 2 weeks ago. And she's telling Yandy that Rasheeda should be reaching out to her. And Yandy was like, well, if your son is at his stepmother's house, you as a mother should check on the well-being of your son, not the other way around. Because I'll be damned if my son will be at his stepmother's house, and I'm not in contact with her at all. She said the first time she's met Rasheeda was 2 weeks ago. That's not going to fly with me. No. That's what she should be worried about. How dare you, let your son go over to this woman's house and you not be in contact with her? What sense does that make? Otherwise, my child wouldn't be going over there if I don't have a contact number for Rasheeda. They could have been cheating in peace, Kirk and Jasmine. But no, she is the one running around telling everybody who would listen that Kirk is still trying to sleep with her. And once again, Rasheeda, you look dumb every episode. This is getting ridiculous. You've had the same storyline for damn near 12 years. Well, you guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys made it this far. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. It is greatly appreciated. And I would like to hear your thoughts about Yandy and Mendeecees, also Yandy and Jasmine. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.